Daily maintenance of your hot tub is very important to make sure you can get the maximum benefit out of the hire of your hot tub and enjoy it for the full duration. Keeping the water clean and the chemical levels correct are vitally important, and we can't emphasise how important it is to look after the water in your hot tub for the duration of your hire. Failing to do so will cause error codes on the machine or make the hot tub unsafe to use. We say daily maintenance, but if the tub is being used heavily, i.e. for a party, it's a good idea to carry out the checks every couple of hours to prevent any O2 error happening. Always keep the lid on when the hot tub's not in use. It helps the heater to obviously keep your hot tub nice and hot, ready for when you do want to use it. The daily checks, or the more frequent checks if the tub's being heavily used, are the chemical levels, the water level itself, the filter clean, and is the filter housing clean as well, and to remove any floating debris from the tub, and as I've already mentioned, keep the lid on the tub when it's not in use. To check your chemical levels in the pool, take a dipstick out of the tub and place it into the water. Here we can see that the chlorine level in this hot tub right now is too low. It's on 0, where it should be in the purple one in there, that should be between 3 and 5, but it's actually showing almost 0 at the moment. So this spa needs chlorine to be added. If the chlorine level is too low, then it's going to allow bacteria to grow in the pool, and if it's too high, it can be equally unsafe. Now, a hot tub, even our biggest hot tubs, only hold a small volume of water comparable to a swimming pool. So if the chlorine level is slightly on the higher side, in general you will be okay, because there is only a small volume of water, and as soon as people are in there, the chlorine will start to burn off. However, if it is too high, you can burn off the chlorine by removing the lid and putting the bubbles on the machine. Once the bubbles are on, bear in mind that they are pulling in cold air from outside the hot tub and putting it through the water, and so they will cool the tub down. So therefore we only recommend leaving the bubbles on for 10 to 15 minutes or so, unless it's a particularly warm day when the air temperature is high anyway. So if your chlorine level is on 0, then we say to add 1 or 2 level teaspoons of chlorine granules before checking the levels again 15 to 20 minutes later, and then continuing that process until you've got the right chlorine level. So our biggest tubs will take up to 4 teaspoons, level teaspoons, from 0 chlorine to come up to the right level, and if it's already showing a really light shade of purple and just need topping up, then the 1 or 2 teaspoons will generally get you there. It's a case of adding the chlorine slowly and then checking again 10 to 15 minutes later, or 15 to 20 minutes later, just to check where it's at, and then managing your chlorine levels from there. The alkalinity in our area is particularly high because of our water that we get from our taps is high in alkaline. So we do add a solution to the water when we assembled your hot tub, and that reduces the alkalinity, but it still may show on the higher side. So that is checking your chemical levels. Next on your daily maintenance is to check the water level of the tub is between minimum and maximum when the tub is empty, meaning when there's not any people in the tub. But obviously the closer to the maximum the better. If the water level is low, it will cause the pump and heater to stop working and the machine to display an EO2 error. Next up is to remove any floating debris from the water daily or more frequently as needed. Any floating debris on there will get pulled down to the filter, into the filter, and then cause water flow issues and error codes on the machine. Okay, and the last part of your daily maintenance is to remove the filter housing, and to clean it all out like so. So we simply unscrew the filter housing from the side of the spa, we unscrew the top cap, remove the housing lid, and we're down to the filter. Once the filter's taken out, you rinse it under lukewarm water and give it a good squeeze out to get rid of all the yellowy scum on the filter. And then you want to give a quick rinse out to each one of the fold creases inside the filter to clear the worst of the heavy debris in there before reassembling the filter. So before you reassemble the filter, you need to check that the filter has no hair, the filter housing has no hair or other debris caught up in it. So here is one of the water flow channels, which can get full up of debris and hairs matted in it, which reduce the water flow. Here is the filter housing lid. This again can get hairs and other debris blocking these holes, and in the back of the housing can stop these flaps from opening. If they've got hair matted around them and around those, then it stops the flaps opening and causes the water flow error. So you want to make sure this is completely clear and clean every time you rinse the filter out before completely reassembling the unit, like so. And screwing it back onto the side of the spa. You screw it until it's tight, and then just back a little bit so doesn't become over tight with the heat. And that is how you check your spa and maintain your spa every day, so you can get the maximum use out of it without running into any error codes.